In the land of Obodonta, life moved slowly like the flow of the village stream. The red earth roads curled like coiled snakes between huts roofed with palm fronds. Chickens chased one another. Goats chewed stubbornly on cassava peels, and the air always carried the voices of people, talking, laughing, or sometimes whispering secrets. But not all secrets were meant to be whispered. In the heart of this small village lived a woman, Mama Chica. She was strikingly beautiful, her skin the color of roasted cola, her eyes like a pool too deep for anyone to measure. But beauty in Obodonanta was not always a blessing. It could be a curse. Her husband had died suddenly, and since then, she lived alone with her only son, Chica, a boy of 17 seasons. At night, strange things happened around her house. People claimed that when the moon was high, a glow brighter than lantern light spilled out from her window, and voices, low, rumbling voices, were heard speaking with her. Children playing after dusk would stop suddenly and run the long way home, for they swore that even shadows around Mama Chica's hut were not ordinary. And so the story began with a window that no one dared to look into after dark. The heart of Obodonta was its marketplace. On market days, the place shook with life. Women spread mats and displayed baskets of yam, peppers, and garden eggs. Palm wine foamed in gourds. The clang of iron echoed as blacksmiths beat their tools. Children darted between stalls, snatching roasted groundnuts. But amid this lively chaos, tongues wagged more than coins clinked. One of the market women and said, "Look at her, Mama Chica. Her wrapper is always neat. Her skin shines as if she bathes in oil. Tell me, where does she get such peace when her husband died just like that?" Another market woman replying, a man doesn't die in his yam barn without reason. Maybe her beauty hides poison. The third market woman, lowering voice, added by saying, "Shh, have you not heard? They say she keeps a spirit in her room. That's why she refuses to marry again." Laughter mixed with fear. Gossip in Obodonanta was sharper than a hunter's arrow. It pierced deeply and left wounds unseen. Chica, passing through the market, heard these whispers. His chest burned. He clenched his fists, but he was only a boy. When he returned home, his eyes were wet with anger. Chica, to his mother, breathless. "Mama, they say you killed Papa, that you keep a spirit in your room. Mama, tell me it is not true. Please." Mama Chica placed her hands gently on his face, her voice trembling with sadness. Mama Chica, my son, the tongue has no bone, yet it breaks hearts. Do not let their words trouble you. There are things you are not yet ready to know. But promise me, you will never look through that window at night. Chica said nothing, but inside, the fire of curiosity was already lit. From that day, Chica's eyes often drifted toward the window his mother had forbidden. At night, as crickets sang and owls hooted from the trees, he would lie awake listening. Sometimes he heard whispers, sometimes low laughter, like the rumble of distant thunder. His heart beat fast, but his curiosity grew like a stubborn weed. One stormy night, when rain fell in sheets and lightning split the sky, Chica could not resist. He tiptoed across the room. His feet trembled, but he leaned close to the window and peeked inside. His breath caught in his throat. Inside the dim glow, a man sat opposite Mama Chica. His figure was shadowy, his voice deep and strange. Shadowy man, voice like broken calabash. "You cannot keep me waiting forever." Lightning struck again. For one blinding moment, the man's face appeared. It was his father, but his eyes glowed like embers from a dying fire. Chica stumbled back, his heart pounding like a drum. When he looked again, the figure was gone. Only Mama Chica remained, her face pale, her hands shaking. The boy's legs carried him into the night. He would not sleep again that night. Despite the whispers, Mama Chica's beauty drew men from every corner of the land. The wealthy Chief Oji, the traveling merchant Obina, even Okafor, the brother of the village head, all came with gifts and promises. But Mama Chica rejected them one by one. Each rejection fed the rumor that her heart belonged not to the living, but to a spirit. Meanwhile, Chica found his own heart stirring. He met Adaora, daughter of Elder Akachi, by the riverside. She was gentle, with laughter like wind chimes, but her eyes carried the weight of her father's warnings. Adaora, Chica, my father says your mother is cursed. He says her burden will become yours. Chica firmly, though unsure, do not believe them, Adaora. My mother is only a woman, nothing more. But as he held her hand, he remembered the burning eyes of his father's ghost, and his heart knew no rest. One evening, the weight of silence was too much. Chica burst out in anger. Mama, no more secrets. Who is the man that comes to you? Do not lie to me again. Mama Chica trembled. Tears welled in her eyes. For the first time, she spoke the truth. Your father did not die an ordinary death. He was part of a brotherhood that tied his soul to the river gods. On his deathbed, he cursed me. If I do not host his spirit every market week, he swore you would die before your time. Chica staggered backward. His world tilted. His mother's sorrow was heavier than any stone. That night, against her warnings, he watched again, and this time he saw clearly. His father's spirit stood tall, his eyes glowing red. She belongs to me until the earth swallows her. Chica screamed and fled, his heart carrying a burden no boy should ever bear. By morning, Chica confided in his friends. By evening, the whole village knew. Fear spread like wildfire through dry grass. The elders summoned Mama Chica to the village square. Men and women gathered, their faces grim. A diviner, clad in white chalk, cast cowries on the ground. He spoke in a trembling voice. Diviner, her husband's soul was chained to the gods of the river. By his oath, he bound her to him. She is neither witch nor saint. She is bound. The crowd erupted. One of the villagers said, exile her. Another villager replied, pity her. She did not choose this fate. Chica stood before them all, trembling but defiant. Chica, she is my mother. She never chose this. Judge her not for chains she did not forge. But the villagers' hearts were split in two, half with fear, half with pity. That night, Mama Chica made her choice. She could no longer live in chains. She gathered cola nuts, palm oil, and her late husband's staff. With Chica beside her, she went to the shrine by the river. The air was heavy, the moon pale. The spirit appeared, taller and darker than ever before. The ground shook beneath their feet. You cannot escape me, woman. You belong to me. Mama Chica, raising the staff. If love bound me, then sacrifice shall free me. With a cry that shook the heavens, she broke the staff in two. A crack of lightning split the sky. The spirit screamed, twisting and dissolving into ashes carried by the wind. But Mama Chica fell to the ground, her chest heaving. Her son caught her in his arms. Mama Chica, Chica, live free, my son. Tell them I was never a witch, only a woman bound by love and curse. Her eyes closed, her breath stilled, and silence swallowed the night. At dawn, the village awoke to find her window wide open. The curtains swayed gently in the morning breeze, as if waving farewell. Chico walked slowly, Adora by his side. His shoulders were heavy with grief, but his eyes no longer carried fear. The villagers, ashamed, whispered among themselves. Villager, We judged her wrongly. A woman's secret is sometimes her chain, not her choice. The cracked window remained open, a silent witness to sacrifice, love, and the secret of a widow. And so ends the tale of Mama Chica, the woman who carried a secret not of her making and who gave her life so her son might walk free. Please subscribe, comment your interest for the next part, like, share, and tap the notification button to get notified for more. Thanks for watching.